actually began in 1931. The technical director of the project at a later date was Nikola Tesla. But it began in 1931. Tesla got together, as he had done with other people in the past, and many projects. I will give a history of him briefly. But Tesla was working at that time in the University of Chicago with Dr. John Hutchinson, who was the dean of the university's School of Engineering, and a staff physicist by the name of Dr. Emil Kirchenauer. These people, including Tesla, got together for a theoretical discussion of, can you make an object invisible, and if so, how do you do it? Well, this was literally a paper study. Nothing came up of this in terms of building any hardware during this period of time. In 1933, Franklin Delano Roosevelt became President of the United States, and he knew Tesla from World War I. Roosevelt, of course, was at that time an Undersecretary of the Navy during the period of World War I, and Tesla was invited and asked to do work for the government in lieu of other things during the period of World War I, which he did. This, of course, established a friendship between Roosevelt and Tesla, and when Roosevelt became president, Tesla was invited to Washington for an old get-together of old friends. Nicola, what are you doing these days, and so forth. Nicola talked about his theoretical studies and the things he had been doing, and what most particularly was important, that he was looking at the study of a program for invisibility. And at that time, it was purely theoretical. But Roosevelt, not being an uneducated man, thought this was a very interesting project, and he says, I think this will be of interest to the military. And I said, I'll see that you get some money to fund this project. And, oh yes, I would like you to be the director. And it will be moved from Chicago to New Jersey to the Institute of Advanced Study, which had just started up and opened its doors, so to speak, for business in 1933. And there were 4 original scientists, mathematicians who were assigned there. They were invited, and of course they were paid a salary. Dr. John von Neumann accepted a salary there of what was an almost unheard amount, $10,000 per year, to join the staff at the Institute. A man by the name of Dr. Alexander joined. He was not part of this project. A man by the name of Dr. Oswald Veblen joined the staff. He was not part of this project, but he was one of the first 4 people brought on board, and of course, Dr. Albert Einstein. These were the 4 original scientists, engineers assigned to the Institute, and of course the projects undertaken by the Institute, being a premier think tank for the United States at that time, caused the expansion of the staff over years following. But these were the 4 originals. And of those, only 2 were heavily involved as time went on with the project, the Philadelphia experiment. Einstein was a very, shall we say, strange person in the sense that he was there as a consultant. He was into mathematics and pure physics, and I don't need to go much into his history because it's well established.